Yeah, look, I mean, that question flies around every day, and I'm sure I'm probably going to be yet another victim in some flame war, but you know, I'm just yet another voice. Look, asking that question is like asking, do I prefer a knife and fork or chopstick? You gotta use the right thing for, you know, the appropriate needs. I will say that certain tools do it better in certain hands. For example, there are heaps of different types of equalizers out there, right? Fig, parametric, blah, blah, blah. So like, there's a whole heap of different types. But a tool, no matter how perceivably good it is, if used poorly, will just not sound good, right? So this isn't so much a comment on the skill of the people using these tools, but rather it's just, is that tool right for the job? And therefore your selection process is usually a comment on you as the person using it, the tool user. Is a digital compressor better than an analog compressor? Is a digital equalizer better than an analog equalizer? These are huge questions, but largely comes down to usage and taste. That being said, if I want a tube compression, then I'm probably going to reach for an analog compressor because the emulation of those characteristics is not yet perfected in such a way that I feel like I'm going to get an authentic sound. If I want a recallable and extremely precise equalization of my source signal, then I'm gonna go digital because that's recallable, right? I can save whatever my settings are as a preset. It is precise because most of the time, a lot of these EQs can really get down to individual frequencies. You can narrow band that stuff to a spike. So there is a function and there is a function to the form, right? Like you can absolutely think about the tool that you're using and how you're using it for the purpose it is being used. As always, the question in the debate is, oh, analog versus digital, what's better? My answer is, which tool is needed and how are you able to use it best for the source material? If the sound of the tool achieves the job, then it doesn't matter. No one is listening to your record thinking, oh, I can hear the 24-bit encoding of that particular reverb. Like, no one is thinking that. And if they are, you know, hand them some wine, get them to sniff some cork, right? Like, their opinion isn't one that's really representative of most listeners, myself included. Yes, I sit there listening to some metal records being like, damn, they've got that mic position on that cab dialed right in. But at the same time, that's an afterthought. Most of the time, I'm just there listening and enjoying the music. So my advice to you would probably be the same. Just listen, use the tool that sounds good, and know the tool well enough to execute your design in such a way that you don't feel like you're just guessing. And combine those three things, and the question of analog versus digital goes right out the window. As always, this is probably a too pragmatic of a take to really drop a like on, but if you find yourself agreeing with me in this echo chamber, drop a like, leave a comment if you think I'm wrong. Please, roast me to your heart's content.